Two bears, one cave.
Now, in reality, though, how rough would you describe your upbringing? Like,
well, me, I have like a side that lies to me and say that it was good.
Yeah.
But then, when you're alone at night, alone by yourself, and like somewhere by yourself, like in Columbia, Travelport, Iowa, or a shitty part, Cedar Rapids, and you start thinking about your life. Oh yeah, I live in a. You watch hardcore movies like City of God, and you go, okay, my life was similar to that, but not like that.
But it was similar?
Yeah, I live in the housing projects of Pico Aliso, Pico Gardens, and Aliso Pico, which was like all housing projects.
This is in East LA.
Yeah, Boyle Heights.
Mm-hmm.
And we had elementary school in the projects, Utah Elementary School. Mr. Cornell was the principal, Mr. Cornballs. And dude, I don't know why, but Mr. Cornell was like a dick,
Yeah.
Him and Mr. Jefferson, they would stand at the side entrance of the school and just block kids and take all their candy away.
Really?
Yeah. Mr. Cornell would take everybody's gum and he would just take it all away. Like it's like Gestapo shit that you can't be bringing no candy in school. And if he caught you chewing gum, he'll make you put your gum on your nose. So you gotta walk around with gum on your nose. You see little kids crying and shit, putting their gum on their nose.
How old are the kids he's doing this to?
Elementary kids, like 9, 10.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's traumatic to them.
I had a teacher named Mr. Edwards. He was missing like 3 fingers. He had like a fingers. And he had like a 2x4, like that wrestler. Ho!
Yeah.
And every time we start yelling and getting loud, he will get that 2x4 and bang it on his desk real hard, like Thor, bro. Like, shut up. And then like everybody will get fucked up. You get hit with fucking shrapnel and shit. You get a splinter in your eye.
Would you get fucked up to go to school?
Like to go to like get fucked up, like get high?
Yeah.
No, I didn't use drugs till I was 20.
20?
Yeah. But I drank when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you drink for school?
Budweiser? No, I didn't.
Not for school though.
No, man. But I was like, I knew, like when I was in 7th grade, there was this guy named Brian, and he was from the first 3 Crips of my neighborhood. And I grew up with him. I knew him, but he was one of those dudes that he was already a man, bro. In the 7th grade. Yeah. Like, he would knock you fools out that were 30 years old already. Dude.
What?
Like, he big dog, like, and he would come in like with a duck cane and he have a golf hat
in 7th grade.
Yeah, a golf hat, bro, like a corduroy golf hat with 2 little clubs on it, and he'll have like a Dodger blue jacket, and he walk with a duck cane and sit down and
wait. What's a duck cane?
Well, he had a big old cane of a cane, but the handle of the cane was a duck.
A duck?
Yeah.
This is a 7th grader?
Yeah. And if you open, and they had an opening, you could open the duck, and then there was a little tube to hide stuff inside.
What is he? He's 12?
13? 12. But see, I grew up in Boyle Heights, and there's a lot of factories right there, so they probably broke into a factory that had a bunch of canes, so the whole neighborhood had canes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're just walking around. Okay.
So I remember one day I was sitting there, and I'm his only friend because I'm the only one from the projects in the class. So you're just sitting there, man, like cross-legged like this, like a man, like just sitting like this. Not paying attention to the teacher, And some stoner dude comes in, like he has really long hair. He was a stoner of what they called him back then, Stoner 13. He was from Stoner 13. He wore a jersey, a New Orleans jersey. That was their colors. And he had that's when I first saw cocaine. He had a little powder cocaine, and he showed it to me, and he goes, anybody wants to buy it? And me, dude, I'm no drug dealer, but I went to that dude Brian, and I say, man, that guy wants to sell you some coke if you have it. He goes, yeah. Telling him that motherfucker to meet me in the bathroom after the class. And I went to go tell him, hey man, he said, you can meet him in the bathroom after the class. And then that guy said, nah, tell him I'm good.
Didn't want anything to do with it. Yeah.
He knew he was going to get robbed in the bathroom, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I remember, Me and this guy named Ronald Page, Ronald Coco, they call him. Him and I were roasting each other, bro. Like they call it bagging back then. But like it was just improvised, bro, making fun of each other's moms, bro. Like it wasn't even like your mom was so fat.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck you, your mom got deported, you know?
Yeah.
You know, your mom is black, you know, you fucking wetbacks, you African booty snatchers, you know, you guys eat each other. It was hardcore. 7th, 9th grade, bro.
Yeah.
Like we had the whole school there.
Your mom's black.
You know, and I fucked him up, but he fucked me up more, right?
Yeah.
Because he knew more about me than I knew about him.
Right. That'll help.
And but the next day, dog, and that's how I knew I was gonna be a comedian, bro. I went around looking for people that he bagged on before just to take their jokes.
Seriously? And you were like, hey, what'd you say about...
how did you fuck him up? Okay, give me that joke, all right.
Yeah.
So the next day, bro, I went with fucking 10 good jokes that's been said about his mom that that I didn't know. I found out by a girl that is like, she used to be a lesbian, but not no more. She got into a fight with his mom in high school and bit her nipple off.
So you dropped that on him?
Bro, hell yeah, bro. And then that fool had you know that red mole I had right here? He had one in his fucking under his nose, a black one. So what's up, man? How come you have your mouth nipple on your lip?
Ooh,
dog. And he had like a brother that didn't think so well, you know, man. He was like,
yeah.
Back then, you know, he was retarded, man, but not anymore. You know, he was just, I didn't know what they call him now, bro. He was slow.
He didn't think so well is another way to say
He was
it.
slow, bro. Like, he would go in that bus with a Ram helmet, you know?
Yeah.
With a Rams helmet. And I started making fun of him, bro.
Yeah.
And then I said, bro, what's up with that? I heard you got that fucking, nipple right there on your nose when your mom was making chocolate cookies and one fell on your nose and you went, woo! And then, so he got mad, bro. He got more mad. And they broke us off. He was losing. And the next day, I started to make fun of more people, but I took it too far. Brian was standing there laughing like this. So later on in the classroom, bro, I was killing, bro. You saw Brian laughing. He was laughing like this, but I was saying cuz over and over. He was laughing like this, cuz. You saw that. He was even swinging that fucking duck around and shit. He was even crip walking laughing. Bro, the fool making fun of, he go, I'm going to go tell that motherfucker right now you said that. So, dude, I thought he told him. Bro, the next day I didn't go to school, bro. I ditched.
Just to not run it. You didn't want to meet that duck.
I've never cut class. I've never went to a ditching party. The next day after school, when I ditched class and I found out that he didn't go to school either, man, I went to his neighborhood where he hangs out at with all the Crips, with all the Cadillacs were, just to apologize. I went to go look for, I found a Native American guy named Alan, and he told me, where does he live at? He said, well, they're riding my bike. He goes, riding your bike? You loaned him your bike? Yeah, 2 days ago. He's the kind of dude, bro, that'll ride, like if you loan him your bike, he'll be like kind of asshole that'll ride your bike, and then like he'll ride in front of your dad and do a kick warm and then keep going, and your dad gotta look at you. That's your bike.
That's your bike. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I loaned it to him.
A 7th grader.
So he was like Suge Knight of Friday of the neighborhood.
Right.
But in the 7th
and
grade.
Did you apologize to him?
I found out that he didn't know shit, so it was cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, I better bullet that one, man.
This is the scariest 12-year-old I've ever heard of.
I was scared, bro. I was scared.
You don't want to meet that duck. He's swinging that duck at you.
No, man. Yeah, man. He had another brother, and I never saw him again, but I know that on Facebook he's married to a white woman, so he's doing good. He's calmed down, you know.
Yeah. White women will do that to you. They'll calm you down.
Yeah, man. I grew up in that type of environment, man. Like, but when you're in it, you don't see it from the outside.
You
man.
think it's normal.
Like, you're a part of it. Like, we live really far from supermarkets. Like, you have to go through 3 bad gang neighborhoods to, like, you can't even walk to the Bonds because there was a gang that used to control this gang that used to control Hollenbeck Park in the neighborhood, and that's like around like a mile from my house, and anybody that will walk through there that was not from there will get chased out.
Oh shit.
So they were controlling the park. And then like there were a bunch of like border brothers, bro.
Wait, then how did you like? You must have entertained the idea of joining a gang, right? There's no way you live in a neighborhood like this, and when you see gangs, don't you think the gangs are the coolest shit when you're a kid?
Man, I was hanging around with these guys since I was like 16.
Yeah.
But not really like being involved or being there when it's hardcore. Because they were like most kids, we were into hip hop.
Yeah.
And breakdancing and pop locking.
Yeah.
And going to Sears and shoplifting, white gloves, you know. Mm-hmm. So all my friends were good breakdancers, windmills, all that shit, pop locking, robot, moonwalking. I could never do none of that, man. So I would provide merch, I guess, if you want to see merch. Because my brother and I would just steal white gloves from, magician shops or anywhere. We'll sell it to those guys.
You sell it to them? I stole some magician gloves.
My brother would cut up cardboard and sell it to them.
Really? But did you want to be a gang member?
No, I didn't want to, but one day I was hanging out with the same guys and they were going around the neighborhood looking for fallouts of the gang to take them to court,
Yeah.
Why you hanging out no more? Basically, they were looking for people who haven't hung out no more to either jump them out or give them a little beating, Mm-hmm. So I was walking around with them and I got all into it, that I started beating people up too.
Yeah.
But not even in the gang. So then one day, the smallest little piece of shit guy from the gang goes, "So what's up, Batman? You want to get jumped to the hood?" And I didn't know what to do right there, man. I was like 19. Like, how dare this 13-year-old tell me this?
Yeah. He's a kid.
A kid. So I looked to the side, and there was this guy next to me, this fat dude. I think they call him Grimace, I guess. And I just punched him in the mouth, bro, without even thinking. And I just started punching two more guys till finally everybody just jumped me.
And then you're in the gang?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you were in the gang?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At 19, bro. I was already a veteran.
You're like, I don't know. So you joined which gang?
I was a gang in Boyle Heights.
Were you Crips or?
No, we're Mexicans.
Oh, okay. So
But when I was jumped in, it was Mexican. But when the gang was first started, when they were like in their 10 years old,
Yeah.
12, 13, 14, they were like half black, half Mexican.
Okay.
So they were grandfathered by Crips.
Okay.
So people would like disrespect them and call them the Mexican Crips.
Okay.
But they're not. They didn't.
When I lived in the Rampart division for a few years.
Oh.
Yeah. It fucking sucked between Rampart and Alvarado, and there was a big gang war at the time. Well, just consistent, I should say, between the 18th Street gang and
Maravilla.
I forget.
MS-13.
Yes.
That's their hood. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they would, they would always like one day I was like, man, that sounded like a fucking grenade went off, and a guy in front of our building had shot a dude in the head with a .45, and then he just put the gun down the ground and sat there and waited for the cops to come. The guy that killed him just waited. And it was like, I mean, it was wild.
Wow, he must have been ready for an upper managed position in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because people ask me, like, have never heard of shit. They're like, wait, why would he wait? I'm like, I mean, clearly he was comfortable with that life, he's waiting to go to prison.
Man, I was in a bus, the RTD bus, and I was going to East LA College on the way to do something, probably a show. And I was coming from right here on Atwater. And I'm just chilling in the back. And then there are these two taggers, and one of them rides on the fucking on the bus, and the other one gets up and takes out his .380 pistol and aims it at him. But, he's not a professional, he wasn't raised right. He was not raised in a farm.
Right.
How to shoot a gun properly. He thinks he's going to shoot a gun like in the movies.
Sure.
He clocked it back and a bullet came out. And then when he clicked, he didn't shoot. It didn't click.
This is on a bus?
On a bus. So that dude ran out of the bus. Then that guy ran out chasing him.
Fuck, man.
So I got out of the bus too. And I walked to my mom's job because she works at the elementary school, Second Street Elementary School. And I want to go tell her, you got to take all these kids in the auditorium right now. because there's a guy running around
with a gun.
running around with a gun looking for another guy, and he might run inside the school.
Holy shit, man. Yeah, and that was, I mean, did that feel routine? That felt normal?
I was scared, bro, because I was like out of that lifestyle, you know, like you know, hey, I live in Atwater now, man.
Yeah.
And but like when I live in a neighborhood, like in that neighborhood, like in the housing projects where I was growing up in the early 90s, late 80s, man, they were shooting every single night, man. Like,
did those scare you, or they just became?
Nah, I was scaring you a little, but now but people who grew up in that neighborhood, they know how to say, oh, that's a 45.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an AK.
It's fucking wild.
Oh, that's a deuce.
Mm-hmm. Just by the sound.
The sound.
Yeah.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.